Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday and welcome to the first executive meeting of 2022. Hope that you all had a good holiday. Michael Tlinsky is going to be clerking for us today, so asking for some patience as we're going through the process and doing everything completely virtually. I will turn it over to Michael to do roll call.
Perfect. Innes.
Present.
Keith.
I'm present.
Chapelwick.
Present.
Demirla. Councillor Demirla. Dyes.
Present.
Drake.
Present.
Fletcher. Councillor Fletcher. Hyatt.
Good morning.
Morning. Jackson.
Present.
Peruzza.
I'm present as well.
Thank you. Keller.
Present.
And Han. Han. All right, we have quorum.
Thank you. We respectfully acknowledge the lands we are situated on are the traditional territories and treaty lands, in particular those of the Mississauga Credit, as well as the Anishinaabe of the Williams Treaty First Nations, the Huron-Wendat, the Haudenosaunee, and are now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. Toronto and Region Conservation Authority appreciates and respects the history and diversity of the land and is grateful to have the opportunity to work and meet in this territory. I have a mover of the minutes of the meeting held on November the 5th, 2021. Moved by Dr. Drake, seconded by Councillor Hyatt. All those in favor? Any opposed? Carries. Are there any disclosure of pecuniary interest in the general nature thereof? Seeing and hearing none, there are no delegations, presentations, or correspondence. Section 1, 7.1, any holds for acquisition, access easement from the City of Mississauga. 7.2, acquisition from Your Home Developments, Lake Driveway Incorporated. 7.3, acquisition from Sterling Homes, Weston Road Incorporated. 7.4, Sanofi Pasteur Limited. 7.5, City of Pickering. 7.6, Toronto and Region Conservation Authority Administrative Office Building Project. 7.7, Vendor of Record Arrangement for Leadership Talent Services. 7.8, Vendor of Record Arrangement for Temporary Help Services. Seeing no holds, can I get a mover for 7.1 through to 7.8? Moved by Councillor Jackson, seconded by Dr. Chopwick. All those in favor? Any opposed? That carries. Item 8.1, request for proposal for enterprise asset management software. 8.2, request for proposal for design and construction of Bolton Resource Management Track Boardwalk. 8.3, vendor of record arrangement for supply and delivery of native plant seeds. Seeing no holds, can I have a mover please for 8.1 through to 8.3? Moved by Vice Chair Heath, seconded by Councillor Dyes. All those in favor? Any opposed? Carries. Section 3, 9.1, 2021 9-month financial report. 9.2, 2021 COVID-19 9-month update. I have a mover please for 9.1, 9.2. Moved by Dr. Chopwick, seconded by Dr. Drake. All those in favor? Any opposed? Carried. Section 4, 10.1, delegated permits for receipt, staff approved and issued. Moved by Councillor Peruzza, seconded by Ms. Keller. All those in favor? Any opposed? That carries. Are there any holds for the closed session items? 11.1, request for encroachment agreement for Toronto and Region Conservation Authority on land. Vice Chair Heath, you want to hold that? 11.2, cybersecurity update. Could I have a mover, please, for 11.2? Moved by Dr. Drake, seconded by Councillor Jackson. All those in favor? Any opposed? That carries. Can I have a motion, please, to move in camera in regards to 11.1, request for encroachment agreement for Toronto Conservation Authority owned land? Moved by Councillor Jackson, seconded by Vice Chair Heath. All those in favor? Any opposed? That's carried. So if we could just give us a moment while we move in camera. And Michael, if you can just let us know when you.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you. Can I have a mover and a seconder that the board, the executive move back into open session and provide a report from item 11.1, request for encroachment agreement for Toronto and Regional Conservation Authority owned land, and that staff be directed as advised in camera. Moved by Councillor Jackson, seconded by Vice Chair Heath. Those in favor? Any opposed? That carries. Moving on to new business, there is one item of new business, and it's in regards to the tribute the board had previously discussed for Mayor Dave Barrow. I'm going to ask, I do have a motion from Councillor Jackson and Vice Chair Heath, and perhaps we could put it on the board. And Michael, did you want to speak to that?
Madam Chair, before you begin, can I flip it around? I would think it would be appropriate if Vice Chair Heath moves it and I'll second it. Just
Absolutely.
because it's long stance with TRCA, I would prefer Vice Chair move it and I'll second it. Thank you.
Yep, we can do that.
Thank you.
So the executive committee recommends that whereas Mayor Dave Barrow has served as a member of the Toronto Region Conservation Authority Board of Directors for over 18 years, and whereas TRCA has a naming of TRCA asset policy that establishes a protocol for the naming of TRCA assets, that it be resolved that staff be directed to proceed with naming a TRCA asset in Richmond Hill after Mayor David Barrow in consultation with his family and in accordance with the law. Are there any comments or questions?
Madam Chair,
Yes, go ahead.
I think this is a wonderful move on our behalf and on the board and executive. I would say, add one word, has served as a valued member of TRCA, et cetera, et cetera. You know, he has held numerous positions and done excellent work here, as well as mayor of Richmond Hill. So I'd like to add that word there. Yeah, you got it.
Madam Chair, just one comment on this. Just, do we have, I would like for staff to reach out, obviously we discussed this, but to get back to us as soon as possible. I don't want this to drag on.
Yes.
Can we put a date on this? Because sometimes if you don't put dates, sometimes things take forever. And for them to respond back to the, what are we, at January, to the March Executive Committee or whatever. I think we just need to put some dates around this. I just think we need to acknowledge Dave as soon as possible. Or at least get this done as soon as possible. Jack, do you agree? Okay.
Michael, did you want to give us the timeline?
I can't see anyone at the moment because I'm sharing my screen, but if I could, I would be looking at John or Alex.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Maybe discussions are again have been with the city of Richmond Hill and with our staff, and we do have some very tangible recommendations, opportunities to name an asset, something that David was very personally involved with as a member of the board and working to achieve and around Swan Lake. I'll be more specific, but he was very active on matters related to the north part of Richmond Hill, and so we've got some ideas. We just want to have that discussion with again, some clarification discussions with the city, stakeholders, of course, David, his family. So that's what we want to move forward with. Yeah. So I think in short, if we can do that and achieve that all within that next few weeks and be able to report back, I think we can do that for the next executive committee. I'm optimistic we can.
That's great. Madam Chair, if I could just have one more comment. I know that you and I have chatted about this, but through you to John, also just when you're speaking with Dave to find out what name he wants to use. Now that may sound silly. Does he want David? Does he want Dave? Does he want, I think it'd be appropriate to put the Mayor David Barrow or Dave, whatever. But the thing is, he may prefer to have it as Dave or David. So let's just make sure that he agrees. Sometimes things are named after people and they don't check with the family and it's not the right name. So, or it's not the right way that the family would like it or he would like it. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Jackson. Are there any other comments or questions? So moved by Vice Chair Heath and seconded by Councillor Jackson. All those in favor? Any opposed? Carried. Are there any other items for new business? Seeing none, the next meeting of the executive will be February 11th at 9:30 via video conference. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful Friday.
Thank you very much.